Hello, Upper 4. Slightly unusual lesson today because I sort of speak to you from inside your computer. Welcome back. This half term, or this whole term, we're going to be looking at the Second World War. So the idea is today that I'm going to attempt to teach it remotely. The way this kind of lesson works is, obviously it's not going to be me talking for an hour. What will happen is from time to time, I will say something like, pause now for 2 minutes and think about X, or pause now for 10 minutes and write an answer to this question. I'm not then going to wait for 10 minutes. You don't get 10 minutes or 2 minutes of silence. I'm just relying on you to press pause, and then after 10 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever, to unpause. We'll try it like this. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay. So anyway, this is the Second World War, and we'll begin with a brief introduction to World War II. So hopefully most of you have got your exercise books. I know a couple of you haven't. Don't worry. You can do this on A4 paper, lined paper. I'm going to assume you've got that. Doesn't even need to be lined. Let's just assume you've got some paper somewhere. Anyway, if you've got an exercise book, I need you to leave a page because that's going to be the title page. And then what we're going to do this lesson is I'm going to put up in a moment a video, an embedded video. Now, the technology behind embedded videos isn't entirely reliable when I do this. If you are watching this on YouTube, you obviously can't click on the video of me putting up the embedded video and expect it to work. But if you go on to free learning, you will find this PowerPoint. You may have already done this, and the embedded video is on that and should work. One way or another, you're going to be able to watch the video, and that means that you're going to be able to answer some questions about it. The video is an introduction to the beginning of the war up to about 1942. I'm assuming you know when the war began. If not, pause for 15 seconds or 30 seconds and try to remember or establish when World War II began. Having assumed that you paused at that point, World War II began in 1939, specifically from the UK's point of view on the 3rd of September. Okay, so anyway, this embedded video, if it works, then you watch the video and you answer the questions that are alongside it. When you're answering the questions, you do so in your books and you do so in full sentences. And what I mean by that is in a way which lets us understand what the question is. Okay, so we're not going to go with the basics of who was the leader of Germany, but if the question is who was the leader of Germany, you don't just write Hitler, you write the leader of Germany was Hitler, because then you can revise from it. What ends up happening, you are going to be doing some sort of an exam on this. Okay, not the video, the whole topic, end of year exams. Right, so hopefully, anyway, you've opened the PowerPoint, you're watching the embedded video, and it's fine. On the other hand, it might not work. You can use the hyperlink that's here by typing it in. You can look on YouTube and find it on there. It's pretty straightforward. Anyway, one way or another, you got the questions, you're going to have the video. Excuse me. What you're going to do is you're going to be given an overview of the early years of the war from the video, and you write your answers to the questions, and then you need to mark them. Now, there are two ways of doing this, and I am going to have to rely on your honesty in doing this. If you are able to do so without breaching lockdown rules and without, indulging in some kind of crazy wanton violation of social distancing, you can swap your answers with a friend. So the obvious thing to do would be to them, via Skype or something like that, and say, this is what I got for question 1. What did you get? Compare the answers and see. Alternatively, if you don't want to do that, or if you have no friends, you could rewatch the video and mark your own answers. As long as they are marked, I don't really mind. That will take up the majority of this lesson. The rest of the lesson, assuming that there's some time left, and homework, is to create a title page for the Second World War. I've typed the Second World War. If you want to have a title page that says World War II, then you can, or if you want to have WW2, whatever works best for you is is fine. Okay, so either by following the hyperlink or looking at this, you will see that the video is called Britain Alone, and there are, except there aren't. This is a typo. Okay, it is said that the British government had cracked the German code and knew about the raid. Not a question. 9 on Coventry. Imagine 8 and 9 as one question. Okay, they're one question. It's just the editing's gone a bit weird. So there's actually 11 questions. You might even know some of these beforehand, but it's stuff you get from the video. Video works for me. If I click the scary man, 7, and so on. I'm not going to watch it with you. What I need you to do is I need you to pause now, watch the video for 20 minutes, and answer these questions. I think, and mark them. I think that will probably take something in the region of 35 to 40 minutes. And so I expect you to pause after 35 to 40 minutes because there's one more slide. Okay, I hope you had fun answering the questions. Here's just the recap of what's going on. Our next lesson is on Friday, and by Friday, you need to have done 2 things. Firstly, in your books or on a bit of paper, if you don't have your books, needs to be the answer to the questions that you've just attempted to answer in full sentences marked by either yourself or by a friend. Okay? The second thing I want is a title page for the Second World War. And because it's a title page, and I know you all like a challenge, I'm going to just put this one out there as well. If any of the title pages feature a pop-up Mussolini, and I will require photographic evidence of this, by the way, rather than just an email that says, yeah, I did a pop-up Mussolini, honest, I excuse the class from homework next time round. Same deal as the Franz Ferdinand one. You'll all remember that a pop-up Franz Ferdinand meant no homework next time. Same deal. This isn't me trying to get out. You were all very awkward about it last time. Like, oh, what? He's saying he won't set homework. Is it like some kind of test? No, just I won't give you any homework. If you have a pop-up Mussolini, it'll be interesting. Okay, so there you go. That should wind up the hour. Good luck with pop-up Mussolinis and the questions and the title page, and I'll virtually see you on Friday. Thank you.